Hey everyone, it's Amanda here with your November 2019 RuneScope. Big announcement this month. As of mid-December, RuneScopes will be going on an indefinite hiatus. So, yeah, my full-time gig has just gotten to be a little too much to try to balance making the videos and private sessions and all of that stuff. So, yeah, there will not be any more videos starting in 2020, and I will also no longer be offering private sessions until after mid-December. So if you've always wanted to get a session with me and you never have, it's now or never. I'll do my best to accommodate everyone, but it is, you know, first come, first serve for the 30-minute Skype session. So drop me an email if you want to set those up. Get them before they're gone, get them while they're hot. I did want to let you know also next month, instead of a December RuneScope, I'll be posting your 2020 RuneScope. It'll be the same format, but I will just be looking at the full year instead of 1 month. So that at least you'll have that here on YouTube and you can refer back to it throughout 2020. This month's spiritual guidance will also be the final thing that I post over on my Vimeo channel. I am not going to renew that in February, so it will go away at February 2020. But again, all of that content will be outdated as of then. This will be the last thing posted over there. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that, so you won't be like, oh, you know, that my spiritual guidance from February 2017 went away. Yeah, all of that stuff will be gone. So just wanted to let you know about that. I think that's it. Yeah, this is just something I had to do. I have to kind of, you know, turn my attention to other things now. It's just time. So we'll talk about it a little bit more in the 2020 RuneScope next month. But this month, let's turn our focus to November. I will be using, in conjunction with our runes, the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. There are 2 videos. I think it's Scorpio and Cancer that I use the Oswald Worth Tarot, for those of you that are interested in that. But it was just too hard to shuffle because it's a brand new deck. So I've got to break this one in a little bit more because it was seriously like hurting my hands. So I had to switch. So if you notice that there's a different deck in those 2 readings, that's why. Then, as I said, be sure to join me for our last, at least for a while, hey, I never say never, but our last spiritual guidance reading from the Wisdom of the Oracle divination cards. This is by Colette Baron Reed. If you don't have time to learn the tarot, you know, don't want to learn how to read runes, but you need something to kind of check in and read for yourself, I highly recommend this deck. It is the best oracle deck I've ever used. It's not all airy-fairy rainbows and butterflies and that kind of BS. It's like it actually has like real world wisdom, practical advice for you. So if you are looking for stuff you can actually use and you want to read for yourself, but again, maybe don't have time to go into the study that it would take to learn the entire tarot system, then I highly recommend this deck if you just need a way to get some quick, concise, practical answers. So, and I'll try to remember to put a link to it below in the description box with everything else. But I think that covers it for now. But let's jump in and see what November holds for all of you. Hey there, Libra. Let's get your runes cast and take a look at November 2019. What's going on with Libras? November 2019 for my Libras. What is going on, Libra? So as always, Libra, keep in mind, it's a general reading here, so not all of these messages will be for you. Some are going to be for other Librans that are watching. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well to get additional messages and information or clarification. If you would like a private session with me, get them before they're gone. If you don't know what I mean by that, be sure to watch the intro. All is explained there. In general, however, we're going to start in the present energy. So end of October going into early November, we've got the Devil card. Unfortunately, Libra, not the happiest of cards here. But let's see. why this is showing up in Libra's reading. Well, I can tell you right away that whatever it is, you work through it, because the end of the month is fantastic. But so yeah, at the start, there may be a secret being revealed. We've got Perdro. So a mystery coming out, hidden information. Somebody could have been trying very hard to hide something. And they could have been trying to hide an addiction, or yeah, some sort of like really negative situation, negative behavior. You could find out that someone's been cheating on their spouse, like your boss, or, you know, this doesn't have to, you know, necessarily have anything to do with you, Libra. This could be someone else, and a secret someone was trying very hard to hide. Now, if you have a secret that you really don't want coming out, like, you know, anything that would be associated with the devil, something you're not necessarily proud of, or just something you're struggling with, something that's making you feel trapped or bound, or, you know, or unable to move forward. Maybe you're the one dating your boss, you know, however this is working out for you. Yeah, if you're watching this on the October side, I would take extra pains to be extra careful, because it does seem like in November, and you know, we got Mercury retrograde almost the whole month. So like, yeah, a text message could go astray. You could accidentally send a text message to the wrong person, or say just the wrong thing on social media that people are able to put two and two together, and it kind of shows your hand or reveals a secret. So, somebody else could be kind of outing a secret that maybe you confided in them as well, Libra. So be careful who you're trusting. Yeah, you could be trusting the wrong person. Because you have the challenge coming up here. We've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. And here's what she looks like in the upright. So this could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. The court cards, remember, as always, when they come up in general readings, could be male or female. It'll be male for some people, female for others. This is someone who feels hurt or victimized, but she's coming up as a challenge to you. So if you know, this is kind of maybe one of those classic situations where someone's your friend, or you think they're your friend, and you share a secret with them, but then something happens and they get jealous, or they feel betrayed or passed over by you, or maybe you got something they wanted, like a promotion or something, and so they spill the beans about, you know, what's going on with you, or something that you would ask them to keep private. Not a nice thing to do. But yeah, they're justifying it kind of by this victim status. Like, well, I'll show Libra. So yeah, really be careful with water signs around you in the month of November here, Libra. And definitely don't share anything you don't want getting out. I think also, because we've got Lagas here, that your intuition when you maybe first met this person, or your intuition when you are dealing with them, is going to be one of, I don't trust them. Like, if something feels off about this person, I'm not getting a good vibe here. You know, but maybe you're, again, in the essence of being who you are, Libra, fair and balanced, and always trying to give people a fair shake and see their perspective. You may trust somebody you shouldn't in November. So yeah, new people, make sure they're kind of going through, being put through the paces before you share any pertinent or secretive information with them. Now this could also be, though, information shared with you about someone else that, you know, you're kind of like, oh, you know, I didn't want to know that. Sometimes that happens too, right? And maybe you don't know whether or not to believe the person telling you. So a couple of different ways this is kind of coming through here. But yeah, secrets, mystery. There may be like, I don't know who to trust. I don't know who to believe, right? I don't know real and what isn't, and what this person's kind of making up as she goes along. You know, I don't know if I can trust what she says. The help that's going to be available, we do have judgment. So a decision being rendered, or yeah, now the worst possible way that I'm kind of feeling this could be is that, like, say you were, maybe you were seeing somebody who's married, or you are seeing somebody who is married, or you're married, and you've shared this with someone else, and then, you know, they tell the other, you know, the wife or the husband or the third party, or, you know, and now it's like, I was trying hard to hide this, but now it's out. And a decision will be rendered, right? So yeah, it's going to help you to weigh your options. Not that you wouldn't, Libra. You always do. That's just your nature. But there's a decision you have to make about how to proceed and achieve your goals. Because there may be a bit of a frustrating, again with Mercury retrograde, going back or repeat or reverse, or just obstacles you have to really forcefully overcome. And you've got to kind of weigh your options, or figure out how you're going to do that. Yeah, and if this is like a repeated lesson or a repeated situation, which often, again, because Mercury can bring things up from the past and people or situations or similar situations, if that's what's going on in November, try to think about and weigh up how you can break the cycle. Like, how do I normally handle this? Or when a similar situation has come up, how do I handle this? And try to figure out how you can do the opposite. Because obviously that didn't work if it keeps coming up. If you keep running into the same things, keep repeating the same issues, running into the same obstacles, there's a pattern there. But I mean, yes, it can be a challenge to figure it out. But once you do, that's how you kind of liberate yourself and free yourself. So it's worth the time to take to try to kind of investigate and figure it out. Some of you may be making a decision to seek treatment, or somebody close to you may be doing that. There may be kind of like an intervention going on. Now, I mean, again, this doesn't have to be like an addiction issue. It could just be somebody who's in a bad relationship, right? Or maybe they're in a relationship with someone who's a serial cheater, or is abusive in some way. Because again, the devil, it can be a fun card, but only short term. Because look at these people down here are not having fun. So if there's someone that you care about that's caught in a situation they don't feel they can break free from, it could be you are helping them make a decision. And that's going to help you because you won't feel worried about them, right? Because maybe this is somebody that you were constantly like, I wonder if this person's okay. I have, you know. So I feel like you're going to be a forceful presence in someone else's life, or you're going to be that forceful presence in your own and make a decision to put it into something that's just not working. You keep going around and around with something, with a situation, and you're like, I'm done here. It's time to get off this merry-go-round. What must be accepted? We got the Six of Swords in reverse. And Hadalas. So unexpectedly, there's something we need to do, something that we need to kind of tie up loose ends or finish up before we move on to the next thing. So it's a month of wrapping up, but unexpectedly you're given the opportunity to do that. So if there was anything kind of hanging out, I do feel like if this is a secret coming out about you, Libra, it's coming out to enable you to put an end to it, even though it may not be the most pleasant end. And even though it may not feel like a good ending. Like, even if this is someone else rendering a judgment on you, and you know, that never feels good if it's a negative judgment. It's still going to be for the best because it's going to liberate you from that person or this energy. Whether it's at work, whether it's in a relationship, whatever it is, you're going to be freed from it. And actually, by the end of the month, be quite excited and happy about it. But I think for many of you, this is another person that's kind of caught up in this. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that you are dating or married to, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, one of your kids. Again, it'll be different for all of you who this is. For some of you, it could be this Queen of Cups. It could be somebody who just doesn't have. She's not always going to be. She's not for all of you going to be somebody who reveals a secret or causes you problems in that way. She could be somebody you care about very much, but she just has such low self-esteem and such always kind of goes to that victim energy. Like she's always, you know, things happen to her and it's just like sometimes you want to take her and shake her and be like, look, you got to make things happen. You got to break the pattern. Nobody can change this but you. And it's true. I mean, I feel like everything you're saying is true. So yeah, this could be somebody with a drinking problem who is stuck in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship. And again, you get frustrated because it may be somebody who's always wanting to come and talk to you about it and it's, you know, this and that and tell you all the terrible things that have happened or that they've been through. And you're like, well, why do you keep doing, you know? There's only so much you can take of that, right? When somebody won't help themselves. So yeah, something could be coming to a head in November with someone around you, Libra. And whatever information that comes out, as shocking as it may be, or however secretive it was, you know, somebody was trying to keep it, it's for the best. And even if it's your secret, Libra, I have to say, from what I'm seeing here and the energy I'm getting. So yeah, it's enabling something to be dealt with, done, and then move on from, right? Because the outcome is the Magician, which is a wonderful card. You've got you got 3 major arcana here, Libra. So it's a pretty powerful month in November, and you're ending it with the Magician. So this is taking the power back, taking your independence back. You are manifesting your joy. You've got the rune of joy, luck, happiness. So don't get too caught up on whatever this is, because as hairy as this looks, how it's playing out, it's necessary to get to here. Whether it's you or someone else, it's necessary for you because you're going to be very, very excited that either you are taking control back of your own life or someone that you care about is doing that. Maybe this Queen of Cups is taking control back. You know, going after, seeking joy, seeking happiness, on the right path, on the right road. But yeah, this is manifesting something that you are very excited about. It could be for some of you, a relationship, a job, a promotion, whatever it is that you're really wanting, you can manifest that. But first there's something you gotta clear out. Gotta tie up those loose ends during the Mercury retrograde so that you can move forward. And you have all the tools you need to get where you're going. That's another thing about the Magician is you don't need any more experience. You don't need any more education to get where you want to go. You can get it, and you can get it in the month of November. So if it's work that you're hung up on, it's, you know, it could be a great month, particularly after Mercury turns direct. So, and this is our final position, so maybe at the end of November or early December would be a great month to manifest, to interview, to see what's out there, because you could find that, oh my gosh, there's my dream job right in the first listing I looked at, because I've been going through all this stuff, thinking about this, or here's this message from this job I applied for. With the Magician, he could also be creating, he or she creates his own destiny. So you could be starting your own business. You could be, going rogue, going independent, going freelance, deciding to be like a contract worker, taking, maybe if you've had a side gig, taking that full time. So there's something about like you being your own boss in November. And feeling good about it, feeling confident, feeling excited and happy about that, and a lot more relaxed than dealing with all this toxicity. So, and if it's someone else doing this, you're going to be very proud of them and so happy, that they're kind of finding themselves again and getting back to their old selves. Like, we can hang out again and have fun instead of just me worrying about you or, getting frustrated because you won't change your circumstances because now you are. So it's a big month for you or someone very close to you, Libra, that you care about, making a big decision, a big leap forward. And it may be starting in November, but if not, it's going to be December or early next year. But I think December is going to be like kind of working out the details here. But let's jump over to Vimeo. Going to shuffle our Wisdom of the Oracle cards. Going to see what further advice they can give us about this, or further information about maybe what the secret is, what the nature of this is, and perhaps who it applies to. So yeah, if you want to watch your last spiritual guidance reading, at least for a while, if you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to check out the intro once again. But yeah, that link is below. I'll see you over there, and I'll talk to you next month. Thanks for stopping by.